All of us here make up the church. And who is the center of the church? That would be Jesus. And what way is Jesus the most present to us as the center? That would be in the Blessed Sacrament. Today's celebration of Corpus Christi, the body and blood of Christ, is the very center and heart of the church. It is the center and heart of our faith and the center and heart of our parish. And it is also the center and heart of our lives. There is a survey going around that should make each of us very sad. And that is that up to as many as 2/3 of Catholics do not believe that the Blessed Sacrament is truly the body and blood of Jesus. When I first heard this, I could not believe that anyone could possibly not believe this. And first thought was, what is wrong with them? But as I continue to think about that, I cannot help but to understand their doubts. After all, we do not see anything change. The bread still looks like bread. The wine still looks like wine. The bread tastes like bread, and the wine tastes like wine. So doesn't this go against our whole intellect? We can reason that God is responsible for everything and that He is the one who holds all together. But I think our intellect and our reason can only take us so far. At some point, we need to add faith. St. Paul says that we go by faith, not by sight. And I think we also need to add humility. You and I need to be humble enough, we need to be open enough to God performing miracles at every Mass. That He turns bread and wine into His precious body and blood, and while at the same time it stays the same in appearance. Do you and I have the humility to submit to God and believe that He can perform this miracle? To help us to believe, God has allowed Eucharistic miracles to happen around the world. During consecration, the bread turned into flesh and the wine into blood. The truth is, Jesus comes to each of us in Mass in the form of bread and wine. The Eucharistic celebration is a celebration of Jesus' love for us. His blood was shed for us in love, and His body scourged, crowned with thorns, and crucified for us. We are so unworthy to have even a small share in all of this. And that is why before receiving, we always say, Lord, I am not worthy to receive you, but only say the word. How precious a moment it is when we receive Jesus in Holy Communion. Jesus is in us, and we are with Jesus. It is like in Genesis where it says the two shall become one flesh, when speaking about marriage of a man and a woman. Can we be not like a scientist and try to analyze, but come in trust in His love? Can we say to Jesus, yes, Lord, I believe? Can we grow from merely believing to loving Jesus and allowing Him to love us? We all want to meet Jesus. We all want to have a closer friendship with Him. And we all want more Jesus in our life. And the good news is you came to the right place. You came to the Eucharist. Jesus tells us in John, "Whoever eats my flesh, drinks my blood, will remain in me, and I in him." Our most intimate moment when Jesus is when we receive him in Holy Eucharist. Can it get more intimate? Or can we be closer to him when we take him into our own bodies? Another thing to think about is just as wheat is beaten and crushed to make bread, Jesus' body was scourged and crucified. Just as juice comes from grapes, we see Jesus' blood flow from his side. The bread and wine we offer turns to the body and blood of Jesus, reminds us of his passion and death. Every Mass we celebrate reminds us of Jesus' total giving of himself. And so I guess the question I would ask would be, is if you have ever received Holy Communion and you just become excited and could feel that something was alive.